The Investec Cape Town Art Fair is back IRL, or in real life, as the young people would say, and this time as a hybrid event. Nearly 100 artists from 20 different countries will be showcasing their work this weekend. The event started today and will run until Sunday. Louw is the Exhibitors and Special Projects Liaison for the Art Fair, and she joins us virtually from Cape Town, as many people will be able to do this weekend. Mia, for people like you in the work that you do, which is very people-centric and very people-facing, it must be a big relief that this year, after the hiatus you took last year, that this year you are able to welcome people back in real life, as well as expanding on the virtual audience you've been able to build up over the last couple of years.
Definitely, it's a massive relief. We're very excited to be able to have a physical fair again, returning to the CTICC. The vibe is electric. The art world, the galleries, the museums, the artists, art lovers, everyone are just so excited to be able to look at art again, because at the end of the day, that is the most special thing to be able to do. But like you just mentioned, we have really built our online presence, and we're excited to also be expanding the fair virtually, just widening our audience, widening our reach, having a space where everyone can enjoy and experience the art.
I follow a few people who are at the art fair, and they're really like kids before Christmas in a way. Just to be able to be in a space where you can look at beautiful pieces that make you think in a way that you want to think about it, but just to breathe and to see other people in a beautiful setting. Tell us how you have set up the real space for people in real life, and how you're going to be incorporating your digital audience over the next couple of days.
So through our website, you can access Artshell, which is an online platform, which is a podium for our Investec Cape Town Art Fair, where you're able to view most of the works that are on display at the art fair. But then also physically joining at the CTICC, it's really easy to navigate throughout the fair. The fair is divided into different sections, each section with its own theme, its own story. That's really wonderful to follow. So I think, yeah, you easily on our website, investecapetownartfair.co.za, you can access all of this information. But if you're in Cape Town, I highly recommend joining us at the CTICC.
And now, many of us, or most of us, have been forced to live in a bubble, as it were, for the last couple of years. But artists would say it was their job to stay in that bubble, but then also to put on canvas or to put on various mediums that they use what they felt living in this bubble, along with people across the world. Your solo exhibition says it explores, and I quote, how artists have reacted to intimacy and introspection caused by the pandemic, as well as the effect that exchange and collaboration have on artist practices as a whole. And that seems to also be the golden thread, with your theme being connect through art from Africa in the world. How has the pandemic, this very global experience that we've been through and are still going through, impacted on some of the work that will be on display this weekend?
So the solo section this year is very interesting. There's actually going to be a walkabout tomorrow that visitors can join, where they'll have the chance to meet each artist in the solo section and exchange and listen to their stories about the pandemic and how it's influenced their practice. It's definitely influenced many artists' practice, from the type of medium they use, from the space that they work from. You know, artists have had to adjust, they've had to go online. Creating a work to show online is much different than creating something that you'll see physically. So there's definitely been a lot of change in that respect. But I think it's just going to be so interesting to see the effect that this time has had on artists.
I think of an artist like Nelson Makamo, who over the last few years has really crossed over into making the art world accessible and cool, especially to a younger audience. But he is now gone into the stratosphere, as it were. He's a global name. He's a rock star in the art world. Has that kind of experience or that kind of trajectory had an impact on some of the art that you're seeing coming up? And has it also had an impact on younger people feeling that these are spaces that they can feel welcome in and can enjoy as well?
Definitely. So we've actually got a new section at the Art Fair called ALT, which is dedicated to young, non-traditional galleries, which is definitely birthed out of this, where I think the one positive that came from this time is that the art world has opened up in many ways, and younger people have voiced their narratives. Artists are dealing in different ways than before. So in this section, we've actually, interestingly, we've got the first gallery in Rwanda doing an exhibition, and the first gallery in Rwanda is an online gallery. So I think that's very interesting. Also, artists are, producing work, putting it on Instagram, and operating from there. So it's definitely a whole new world, and it's opened up a lot. And I think there's opportunity for all kinds of people.
You're a young South African, Mia. If you had to speak to somebody and say, you have to come to the art exhibition because this is the work of art that you need to come and see before the whole world discovers them and you never see them here again. One or two names that you say you have to come and see this weekend.
Okay, so I'm not really allowed to have any favorites, but? Personally, Luanda Zindela has got a solo booth. He's with Smack Gallery, and it's really striking works. It's these very intricate ink drawings on wood that are actually portraits of friends and family members, and it's been his way of connecting to these people in a time when it was really difficult to physically connect to people. So he's gone back to the age-old tradition of portrait sitting, where he's had his friends sit for hours, and he's drawn them in a really contemporary and an exciting way. And there's another display in the Tomorrow's Today section by Abdu Salam, represented by THK Gallery. That's I still need to read up about the work more, but the booth is just so calm and zen and wonderful, and the works are in perfect harmony. So those two artists, I think, are definitely worth watching out for.
Well, you heard them here first. Thank you so much. That's Mia Louw, the Exhibitors and Special Projects Liaison at the Investec Cape Town Art Fair on this weekend until Sunday.